and let me That point, depending on how your CRM is set up, it may be defaulting to show only one of 10 contacts at a time. Change that though. You can click on show one of 10, and I would recommend just clicking the biggest option to contacts at a time. Once you are showing, now I'm showing all 16 of the ones that are tagged as VIP, click this top checkbox, and that's going to select all. And you'll see this action field appear. And that's not going to be there until we check a checkbox, just a heads up. I know that's a little. So underneath the search bar, as soon as you check a checkbox, and that top one will select all, we're going to get this action field where we can do a ton of things with all. One of those things that is the event, again, is going to email with this headquartered link. From that. Contact record, still the and that helps you organize why. So that's what I mean. Pop up, click check, go up to the side, contact, open it up, contact tab. And isn't really that visible in your business in the sense that, like, here's the contact, but in the contact section itself, you can also contact, you can create a tag here, but in the contact section, tag, so that's going to be the main place. So more of the section is for like organizing your tags and like a more. So now with our tag deleted, put that trash can icon to the far right of it. Just a heads up, these new ones, um, new ones are system tags that command creates automatically. So those are not out. Unfortunately, those can't be deleted, but your custom tags can. Creating a tag and you're not using it anymore, you can just come over here and click delete. It will say which contacts have it, connected to them so that you can be aware of that. But we can go ahead and click yes, delete everywhere, and it's going to delete that tag right away. So now there's not an extra step in the middle there to delete that tag. And also, just in regards to this, if you are on a team, so this is more so affects people on a team, you might have seen legacy tags, and what legacy tags are when you are moving your personal contact over to the contact profile, they create legacy tags that are like permanent tags. Now you can also delete legacy tags, which I know is really big on business. So, or I'm assuming that's a good one. Now moving on to more exciting. There are now new website designs, and I'm really excited about this because this is a long time coming to get really on that. Now, I will just preface that there's not like unlimited designs, like there's not all the colors right now, but it is a good sign that they're moving towards that direction, and we at least have to use it. So, in command still, we're going to click on websites on the left-hand side, which is going to be the last icon. Before I show you this, I just want to show you a couple settings within your website. So click on settings at that top right toolbar. Just a heads up, if you do want to change your website URL, this is the spot to do that. The only thing is another KW agent. All of KW can't have the same one, so that's the only thing there. Compliance-wise, thinking if you are licensed or plan to be licensed in South Carolina, just a heads up, they do not allow realty or real estate within your domain compliance thing. So if you are planning to do that, I wouldn't put that in yours. Down. I want to ensure that everyone's preferences have everything enabled. I think that's by default. And then I just want to show you this forced registration field because I believe everyone is unrestricted by default. I like to at least have it on 2 properties or 10 properties personally. So what this is saying is how many properties can contacts look on your website without being properly to leave their contact information. I think that's very important, of course, to capture their lead information. So I select 2 properties. That way they can see the value of your website, kind of they can put their foot in the door, see what they can do on your website, and then it will prompt them to sign up so that you capture those people before they. I like to, 10 would be my other option. And then just be sure that you put save changes here, and that will be up. Okay. Now, if you don't mind, we are in the settings tab up there. If you don't mind going back to the My Websites tab, and then click Edit Site right in the middle of it. And you should come to the screen just like that. So on the left-hand side, this is the new part, you're going to see that Design Studio. And it's like a paint plan. So now there are 2 different designs, like looks for it. So there's a classic and there's a modern. So I would recommend like kind of clicking out preview for each of them so you can kind of see what they look like, see the difference between the 2. Again, it's not that much different, but at least there's a different option because there literally was no other option. So now there's like this new modern view, which I kind of like. Same like content in the sense that, you know, it has your testimonials, it has the blog, it has the featured listing. It just looks different. And what's cool too is that, okay, depending on which view you like the best, classic or modern, you can also click to edit that theme. So like if you wanted to use modern first, you have to click on classic first. And then you're able to select some more colors. Which is exciting. Again, there's not like every color possible, but there are at least some additional options to help yours look a little different than every out there. Same thing with font. They're working on adding more, but at least now we can use that. Look at everything. Then you want to have a preference on which one they like more. Modern and classic / color. I like the modern too. I was excited to see that. Yeah, I will say that I did this last night and it went immediately, and then I made one more change, and then that one took 5 minutes. So I think it's pretty efficient, but in case it's not popping up immediately, just wait like 5 minutes. But yeah, once we click to select that thing and then click publish in the top right, make sure you click publish in the top right to like save your changes too. And then that should take place. out right away. Other ways we can also customize our website because yeah, those are great little additions, but also, for example, this hero image in the back here, that's the main thing that we can customize too to help yours stand out. So I'm going to go back to my command tab. I did open a new tab. And before we go customize that homepage, I just want to show you guys how easy it is now that we can add also blog posts to our website. And the perk of adding blog posts to our website is it's so good for search engine optimization. So because our website and most of our websites are like, how it has the .cw.com at the end, because of that, all the other .cw.com websites are all grouped together. So the chances of your website pulling up just by typing in like North Carolina real estate or even Keller Williams real estate, that's really, really hard to show up on. However, if you start adding content to your website, so like with blogs, let's say we created a blog on top restaurant in Valentine Bowl. Well, then if someone is Googling best restaurants in the Valentine Bowl, that's the reason now your website displays on Google for them outside of real estate, where they now are taking to your website that you're doing. So those kind of things, it's all about keywords and adding content to your website to help you go up on the top of Google for other things outside of real estate. But you can still, tie it to your real estate business. Maybe you're like a local expert with that, like Valentine Bowl. You're talking about all the local Charlotte openings. Or maybe you just do a blog post about like a home tip, so that when they're searching for that home tip, again, that still correlates to your real estate business, but there's another reason your website might show up aside from real estate. So let me show you how easy it is because, well, now with ChatGPT, all I do. We can do this just in a few minutes. So to add a blog post, we're still on the same page here. We can click that plus icon on the left-hand side. And we can click blog post. Go ahead and start that up. Then there's just a few things we need. We need an image, we need a headline, we need a body. So I'm going to, in a new tab, I'm going to open up ChatGPT. Totally just click try ChatGPT if you just want to try this for free. Don't even have to log in. I might recommend signing up on ChatGPT. That way you can save all the things you've ever asked it. But what we can do here is just, you can ask it anything, of course. What I typically start my prompts with in ChatGPT is act as a real estate professional. That way I can frame it. And write me a blog post for my website featuring top home tips for spring month. Something like that. You don't have to take that. I'm going to throw in there no babbling. I got this tip from TikTok because I don't know if you've ever used that. It sometimes really goes on and on. So if you say that, apparently keep it inside. Yeah, no babbling. We'll see how this looks. Pretty good. So, right, it's writing out all the tips that I recommend for us. And it even gave us a headline up here too. So I'm just going to use this content to go ahead and like copy and paste over. So starting with the headline, top home tips for the spring market, I'll copy that. Go back into my blog post creation, put that in. Next for the body, I'm just going to copy what it has here. Copy that. Got it. Perfect. So far, so good. And the last thing it does need to have is an image. And for this, I typically use a site like Pexels.com or Pixabay. So they're both great sites for stocking. You never have to worry about copyright infringement. So that's Pexels, Pexels.com. The other one is called Pixabay, Ixay. And here we can just search for, any stock photo, depending on what our topic is about. So maybe, and you do have to get sometimes a little creative with what you're asking it because it's stock photos. They have limited selection. I'm going to try like a straight phone. All you have to do here is click, hover over, and the download button will be in the bottom right. It's going to download it for you. At this point, we just go back to our little builder where we're building our blog and browse our computer for that. Put that right in. Then we have the things that we need. We have the photo, we have the headline, we have the body. And then all we have to do is click publish in the top right. And that just adds it to our website. Again, really helps our SEO. Not too bad, like time-wise, like, that took 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, pop. So, I don't find like on the advertising guidelines. I don't think it's anything regarding a blog post. The only thing website wise for us is our logo needs to be in the top. So could always like if you're writing about something that might be or if you know about like that might be something led by them. It's a little more like yeah. And two, just another idea, if you ever see an article out there that you really like too, about Charlotte, like I follow Axios, so like I do those all the time. Yeah. You could either just copy and paste that link into there and say, write me a blog post based off this. And we'll write you that. So use ChatGPT for everything. Right. So yeah, I love adding blog posts. It makes it nice and easy now on our new site. So now that we've done that, I'm going to show you how we can optimize our homepage a little more, like showing you how we can maybe add a video as the hero image instead of us going in. So to do this, we're going to actually become experts all of a sudden, and we're going to go to expert mode in the top right-ish. And just let me know if anyone like needs me to go through steps to get here. If you got like another tab or something. Yeah, sure. So like in command, like open command. I'm under website, the last icon on the left, and then edit agent website. Yeah, that's right. Like, so on your home page there, and that might be something we need to update together too, and we might be able to do that like on the home. But for me, I have it set up where my newest articles pop up first on my homepage. And that might be a setting we need to update, so we'll go through that for sure. But yeah, it's right on the homepage is the blog section, as well as in the top right, you have like a specific blog page. So just a heads up, if you like wanted to share all your, like, if you're adding, add blogs to your blog page, and then you wanted to go share that with your friends, you could take this URL up here and go to Facebook, do like the full stuff here. I recommend if you have a business page, go right to our business page to post this out, so you can share that to our personal page as well. But we could like do this like a post, like um interested, like depending on what you're like posting about, maybe say I've been, adding stuff to my blog, so check it out. And then you can use that URL, and it's going to take them right to all your blogs on your website. Also, just a heads up though, right? We have that overarching blog page. But if we click on a specific blog, we could also share the specific article. So if we take this URL instead of top, Facebook, say, need tips for getting your house prepared for the spring market, check out my, and we can link that instead to the actual article itself, and not just like the overarching one. So both ways, both things are great things to post right on your feed. It will drive traffic back to your website, and it makes you look like a great expert. You have a whole blog page on your website. So any questions there? Dave, I did not see a way that you could schedule those out right now, even in next week. So it's kind of like when you post it. Yeah. So to move us back and like to go through the steps to get us back here. Again, I'm in command in a website. I clicked on edit agent website, and then I clicked on expert mode in the top right, and that brings us to this dashboard. Absolutely. Have a great week. For coming. Oh, yeah, you can say you can always take the core again in the top right. There's always the core icon if you want to put the core. Okay. And we are going to optimize our home page. So to do this, we're going to scroll down a little bit. And we are looking for, I know I have a bunch of custom pages, but under custom page, there's a custom homepage, default homepage. You click on it, it'll open up some modules. So how we're looking at this, on the left-hand side, we have our modules, and then on the right-hand side, we see a print. Yeah, oh. Are you on this page? Oh, okay, yeah. Then search or look, scroll down a little bit. I think it's under custom pages now. We're looking for custom homepage : default. Yeah, and click on it. Okay. So on the left-hand side, you can go ahead and edit the preview on the right-hand side. So let's start with the first one, like number one. You can click on it and it's going to expand that out. So here we're able to change this, like that first piece of content, which is some scrolling images and like the search bar here. So one, you're able to say what it says there, that your home search starts here is by default. You have like a slogan or something. You can absolutely change that here. Then under this featured image or video, we can actually, we can update this. So this is a great way to customize yours to look a little different than all like the default PW. So for this example, I'm going to actually show you how we can add a video for your hero. So to do that, we're going to click on this drop down, and it may say default for you, but it's the drop down that's under featured image / video. If you need help finding it, let me know. And we're gonna click on custom video. This is a very new feature that we So once you click on custom video, and I think it takes a second to load, there will be this like video field here where we can like click on. Before we click on it though, we're gonna go save the video to upload. So if you still have Pexels open, yeah, Pexels, PPXLS.com. Here, maybe searching by photos. You can also switch that photo drop down to videos. And like, I'm just gonna search for home. Actually, where it says photos, I have to yeah, that drop down to videos and then search home. And again, these are just like all stock trouble. Scroll through and yeah, it's limited because it's not I think you still have one. You can like that. Click down anyone you like, go ahead and click download. And it's gonna save it right to your computer. Once you have the one that you want downloaded onto your computer, you can go back into your command. And then we can upload that file where it says required there. You can like click on that. And I'll go through these steps again. So here's like steps. So when we click on that, the next thing we need to do is in this bottom left corner, change the video file and view. I'll go through these. And then that way we can add this file to our quote unquote content manager first to then add it to our here. There's a couple of steps. Like add file. Upload that for us. Now I'm going to put couple. Okay, and then we'll get that green banner. And at that point, we can click back. And now you'll see that right there in your content manager right away. So you can click on it. Load on the right hand side with a nice little video. Make that more engaging. If you recommend that for like making it engaging video comments. Good to go. Are you ready for my steps now? Well, yeah, you're doing great. Okay, click on that. And click to the bottom left. On your computer. Okay. Yeah, then click on add video file right there. Oh yeah, with her, you can just kind of put together. So yeah, you don't have to like. I know. I need it again. Let's back on it. Right. So once we have that done, we can like click on that module again, that one module to blast it. Yeah, click cover. Just go ahead and take it. Yeah, yeah, you're like a bunch of yeah, this is tight. Well, I think too, alternatively, let me actually put this first. First, I'll find it. Exciting. I'll play with that because there does seem to be a feature that you can adjust the height, which seems like that might help this thing with making it like if we kind of made it fit. No, I'll play with it because I've been diving into the website way more, learning all about it. I know so much. So that's a good thing. I guess yeah, I guess you're right. I'm fine. Yeah, exactly. That's a good pro and then all right, I'm gonna go back to that homepage now. Um, and yeah, where we were, we had dropped down that first module, and if you click on it again, that's gonna collapse it to the next one. So now, if you click on number 2, the listings list, now we're able to update the listings, the featured listings section. So of course we can update the title and what it says like right underneath it. Whatever you like there. Then by default, what it's doing is showing a radius around our market center. It's showing any place around our market center recently updated. So sort by recently updated by default. So what I would recommend for this section here, just to make sure that we're in compliance, if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see an option to filter listings or feature listing process. That's like right underneath. I just want to make sure we have both these toggles on for everybody. I mean, I of course like to have my listing toggled on so that mine can come up here. But for compliance purposes, we technically can only advertise like our center listing. So turning on that toggle that our website. I think that's by default. So that's there. Just a heads up. So when you have then your own listing, based off the way that it's sorted by, so this is like the most common way to sort by, that that means though your listing might not be the first one on this page because it's like anyone in our market centers who's recently updated their listing. That's what's going to display first. So if you really want to have yours up first and like hold your client, you would feature their listing right on the homepage of your website, let's say. What we could do here is go to 10 listings and click that plus icon and search by that listing address to pin it to the very front of your listing section. So just a heads up though, when that sells, it still will be pinned up there. So this is a little more of a manual process to get it at the front and also like once we sold. Now you could, like, depending on how many listings you have, you could turn off this like market center listings and only show your listings. And then that would always have your listings up front, of course. But depending on if you always have listings, you might want to just turn that on so that they can get the value. Also, just a heads up, because I think it's kind of cool. So under filtered listings, oh, I do recommend clicking on that actually, sorry. Under filter listings, if you click on that, you can make it so that it's only showing like sales, as well as like, let's say you only want to show active and coming soon listings and featured listings and not the pending ones. You can select that here. So this is how I like to have it set up, sale and active and coming soon. And then just adds up, you can totally filter by this board. So let's say you really want to make yours a luxury website. So you decide to only display homes that are over $1 million. That's one way we can help brand our website. What we are doing. Another thing that we can do is add in keywords. So this is pulling from the property description. So if I put in like, okay, put in pool, this would filter by any home that has in their property description, it has to say pool in there. I don't know how implementable that is. Right. Moving on down, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll back up to the very top of this module and click on it to collapse it so that I'm not overwhelmed by that. And the last thing I just want to show you what to edit here is under, I'm skipping testimonials today. It's number 4, it's the My Blog list. So for one, let's go on down here. You can change what it says. It's by default, it's My Blog, and then it says your our blog post to learn the best about buying, selling, and maintaining your home. So if you instead wanted to say, for our blog post to learn about Charlotte or living in the Carolinas, you can totally tailor that to what you're posting on your blog. And then this is the important part that I just want to show you under the item string. So one, making sure it's dynamic, and then sort by. I don't know what it's called to do, but it should be public what we want to select, so that anytime we like go add a blog post, we don't need to go like pin it to the top. It's going to set one up. So that everyone has under sort by under the blog one, public date. That way we don't have to do that. Just a heads up though, if you did want to pin a certain blog at the top of it, let's say you did one about Charlotte, and you always wanted that to be the top picture, so you're really branded to the Charlotte area, you can also like enter to the top. Kind of like. All right. Every change you're making here, be sure we're clicking publish in the top right. Save our changes and we're not losing anything. So the last thing I want to discuss is total changes to the website. It's about contacts, about the new AI summary that is with contact everything. So get us back to command. Honestly, I think if you're going here in a new tab just to go back to ethan.cw.com, it's really not an easy way to get back there from a content for someone. Kind of do some vertically. All right, so the thing I'm going to show you is going to be in the contact record, or I'm sorry, contact section, which is the second icon on the left-hand side. And now, depending, on how your database is set up right now, what I'd recommend you do, and I'll do an example one to show you more fully too. But if you do have a contact record that you know of that has been in your database for a while, I would recommend searching them up and clicking on them because they might already have this set up for which is good example. So you complicate what I'm talking about. So there is now this new AI summary. And how I got here was in the contact record. Again, I searched for that contact and I clicked on it and it opened up the contact profile, which is this page. But on the right-hand side where the timeline is, there's now this new AI summary that summarizes everything on the timeline so that we don't have to go scrolling to see what all is going on with this contact record. It gives us a nice little summary right here so that we can see all that's going on. So a couple things that are required to have this happen. You have to have 5 of activity on this timeline for anything to pop in. So if this is a new contact, you're not going to get this summary, of course, because there's something before it. But with contacts that have been in there for a while, so that might have some activity to them, this summary will exist all that contact has done. So this is pulling anything that goes from, let's say you're calling from the command app, text from the command app, that's all getting pulled to this timeline. Also, if they're on your website searching for properties, will also be on this timeline. So let me just kind of show you with pretending like I'm a client so that you can get more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretend I'm a contact that went to my website, and I'm going to pretend like I'm signing up on the website so I can see the leads pull in. So what I would do as the client is I would click log in and operate on it. And it's going to prompt me to sign up in case I don't have a login. So, so we'll let them create a password and everything. And script-wise, what this is doing for your contacts, it allows them to save properties right on your website, create folders of those properties so that they can see all of that right. Are you connected in the settings? Go up to your name in the first settings. Yeah. If you are emailing them through your KW account, no, that's the wrong one. Okay. If you're emailing them through that email with the email that's on file in your command account, then it does track that. influencers. That's that's what it's done. As long as and it doesn't like show you the full message. Like it's only pulling the fact that you details down. Like smart plans don't. So like if that's the only but you've emailed them, I'm sure plenty of times before. My own client, I created accounts depending on them. Now that I'm logged in here, I'm able to my save properties that I create. Same thing. I have no favorite listings yet, but as I start favoriting those listings, I can also save searches myself as the client here. So I can set up my own save search right on your website so that I'm getting emailed anything that um, falls under that. And then I can also select my own neighborhoods, which then feeds right into the command account neighborhood. So just to show you how like the client's favorite properties, let's say we're searching based off my current listing. And just to heads up, even if you have out of town clients, this your website searches any brokers all throughout the nation. So it's not just our local, and it's not just like everywhere. So let's say, you know, as I start favoriting things, I'm like looking at these homes, see all the photos right on your website. I can do a description. You can calculate. I can see up to mortgage rate. All this is done right on your website. Then two, just to show you how that lead comes in from your website. I just signed in Japan. I will get a notification in the bell icon, as well as with your widget on the home screen of the recent lead, I will see that lead just came in. So I could do one of two things. I could go up to my notifications, click view contact, or I could just do that right from my phone. Then on the right-hand side, right, those favorited listings that I did there, I see that all here. Fantastic. So I can be like, oh, they're looking at this area. Maybe I'll reach out to them via email about other listings in that area that might. What's so great about also using the command app for your unit? So I know by habit, like if you were to text or call someone, right, you go right to the call app or you go right to your text. Totally makes sense. But if you can get into the habit of going first to the command app, it will help track your timeline so that you're tracking the text. So to show you, I'm going to open up the command app, which again is the red app for the white CW. So that's just a mobile version of like. That's why. So on this command app, in the contact section, right, you're going to have all your contacts that are in your command account on the computer. Then any of these contacts, so there's like a few icons to the right of the contact name. There's a phone icon, now I'll just call them. The middle one is a text message, and then the like envelope is. But if we were to like click on the phone option, say we were to call a contact right from our command account, we click on that and click call. Um, it's going to call from your phone number, so it's not like calling from a different phone, right from your phone. But what's so important in doing that is then once you hang up, it's going to prompt to add activity to Cam Johnson. And I can add that call activity. So I can say, okay, did we talk? Did not answer? Did I leave a voicemail? Of course, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, I know. So you can say, like if you did talk, what did you guys talk about, right? So you can say, okay, that they're going to Paris. Next time you call them, you can say, hey, I was just, so that you can really make that a personal connection. And better yet, it's all centralized in command timeline. So once we add that in, there's going to be a nice summary at the top that said, hey, your contact went to Paris. So that's going to be right at the top. You don't have to look for it. So that's the cool thing about a tech release, I think, about AI. Right in our So same thing goes for like text messages too. Like if you go through the command app and click the text message option, it's going to push you right into a normal text message. The only perk is that it's tracked. So it is a good thing to go through, but I know it's going to be a process to learn it because it's not that. Yeah, coming right from your phone. So yeah, it's more of a workflow readjustment, but I think it can have a great effect in your business because then you can have everything centralized and you don't have to keep that all in your head. The last thing I'm going to mention, I know since I talked about AI, in case you guys aren't aware, there is this new AI feature in Command in general. So on the computer, it's the little sparkle icon on the homepage. On your Command app, it's also on your Command app, which I like. But it's under like the hamburger icon on the bottom right, and then it's called KWIP. And what that is basically a KW version of text, which is fantastic because it reads things like the one thing in like KW models and not just like, so you can it gives you kind of examples to ask. I would recommend like clicking on one just so you can see what it does. So one of my favorite, or one use I thought of that might be good is like when you're on the go and you know, like what's the point of something and you're trying to put a script to say, like ask people to come up with a script for you, whatever your situation. Oh yeah. It's under the hamburger icon. Oh, and then like except for KW, right? Like made by KW. Sorry, I know that's technical. And then it's 100%. Like I a model. Set it from the phone too, so you have it on the go. Because like, yeah, it's on the computer, but it's like it's more effective on the phone. All right. Right. Oh, absolutely. Cool. Well, that is all the tech updates. So you basically went to family reunion. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, exactly. That's you have to travel. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. And yeah, our next class is on Tuesday. We have in this room as well, 1 to 2 p.m. We're going to go over how to run a pattern. So we'll go over the entire process. I think so too. It will be one of my favorite classes. I think we haven't taught it in a while, and we got AI. I think they do. They have to have this kind of summary for doctors. That would be so helpful. I have to and Google it all they do. But I was in it last night and it had a smart AI where like formatted my entire spreadsheet form in like with colors and everything and like heading. And I was like, oh, I felt kind of scary. It's like, you know, I always say I feel like people who master AI or like using AI is kind of a skill in its own. Like how to ask AI certain things or what to ask it. Like sometimes my favorite use of AI is troubleshooting. Because I don't know if you've ever like been through like looked up the steps on how to go through something, and then like on step number three, it says to click something that doesn't exist on your page, and you're like, oh well, just stuck at number three. But now then you can just write back to ChatGPT and be like, oh, I got stuck at number three, and I don't have that on my page. It's like, oh, tough thing to do the past year now. They said my microphone wasn't on.